Okay, so again, get comfortable, can tune into your body. If you want to place a hand on your heart, a hand on your low belly, whatever feels good to you. So if you can, just start by lengthening your breath, coming into your full center, coming into your full heart space, feeling into your sits bones, feeling into your jaw. With every exhale, releasing a little bit more tension from your shoulders, from your neck, from your jaw, from the top of your head, from your face. Coming into this present moment. And as we're here in this container together, guided and surrounded by highest good, and highest good for all humans at this time, all sentient beings, we're just going to bring in this beautiful healing energy of this golden wand. This golden wand is going around this circle that we have happening right now. And as it comes around, it is literally just clearing out any fog, any density, any restrictions, any darkness that needs to be returned to light. As this golden wand comes around, it just comes up around the crown of your head and above your head. And it brings down this just golden essence of clarity and ease and light and integration. Anything that is not in your highest good will be allowed to go down your waterfall. So imagine this beautiful, strong waterfall from your hips and drop off any fog, cloud, questioning, tension, restriction. From the back of the head, from the back of the neck, from the back of the heart. From the front of the head, from the front of the face, from the front of the heart. From the front of your neck and the sides. Bringing yourself into your truth, into your light a little bit more. And this golden energy just infuses in to any of the places and spaces that you're clearing and making space for you to now step a little bit more into your solar power. And as we're here receiving this beautiful medicine from Source, from highest good and highest good only, we're going to take a moment to scan the spaces around you. And we're going to do this for you to be able to tap into your power a little bit more. So at first, you're going to just bring your mind's eye. This is just your sensation. Turn off your thinking brain, turn off your judgment, turn off anything that is questioning you in this moment. You're just going to tune into your right side, the right side of your body, the right side of your space around the right side of your body. And as you tune into this energy, I want you to notice if it's operating at 100%, if it's operating at 20%, if it's operating at 120%, whatever it's operating at. If it's lower, invite yourself to bring it up a little bit. If it's too high, invite yourself to recalibrate into its full permission, but not overpowering. So calibrate this right side of your body. Calibrate it in any way that feels right to you, inviting in your guides and angels from highest good to help you calibrate it. Because if it's out of balance, if it's not enough or not too much, you are not going to be able to move forward in your life. You're not going to be able to take the actions in your life. So figure out if it needs a little bit more of your energy. Figure out if it needs a little bit less. Give thanks to the side of your body. Give thanks to your masculine. And then I want you to tap into your left side of your body, the left side of your body, the left side of your energy fields, your feminine. Tune into how she's operating right now. Is she at 100%? Is she a lot lower? Is she a lot higher? Calibrate her to be in balance, to be in her full permission, but not overpowering, so that you can feel and intuit, so that you can be and celebrate, so that you can nourish yourself and your creations. Give thanks to this feminine side. And then I want you to just tap into the front of your body, the space in the front of your body, the front of your body. And this too, in a way, is your masculine moving forward self. This is your action self. But in a different way, it also ties into the calibration of both the masculine and feminine, because you need to nourish in order to move forward. You need to respect and intuit in order to move forward. You need to visualize in order to move forward. So in a deeper way, this front side of your body is your future self. And so notice and be with the energy of your future self. If it needs to be turned down a bit, if you're living too much in the future, if it's not turned up enough where you can't even see your vision for yourself, have it be in balance. Have it be at 100%, but not any more and not any less. Give thanks to your future self. And then we're going to tap into behind our body, our back, our spine, and the space behind us. Our past lives, our past, our history, our stories. In many ways, this is our feminine. There are feelings and emotions that are meant to be felt and be with so that we can step forward, to be healed and moved out so that we can step forward. If we're living too much in our past, we cannot move forward. If we're not allowing ourselves to heal our past, we cannot move forward. In many ways, we need to bring our masculine into this balance of feminine and masculine so that we can do our work to move forward by clearing out and healing our past. Give thanks to your past body. Give thanks to the back of your body. Give thanks to yourself for being willing to look at the back of your body. Honor and calibrate it to 100%. Not any more, not any less. And from this place, I want you to tap into your throat and your heart. Your throat and your heart are the balance between your higher chakras, the masculine, and your lower chakras, the feminine. In order to be in this moment, we must breathe into these places and give thanks to them. Honor what they have been through and what they will go through. Honor that in this present moment, you are safe and you are protected. Honor that in this present moment, you have everything you need. Honor in this moment your heart and your throat. Give thanks to yourself. Give thanks to these places. Give thanks to Mama Earth for this strong, healthy body. Give thanks to Father Sky for the opportunity to bring soul into this being. And then if you want to place your hands at heart center and just, we're bowing to each other, we're bowing to the practice, we're bowing to ourselves and to the earth. Giving thanks for the space, giving thanks for each other, and giving thanks for the light. If you want to just take a minute, you can write any things that you noticed or that came up that you might want to revisit later or dive into more. So one of the things I feel like we are holdups is that we have this thing where we're like, okay, I'm not going to do this now. Or maybe I'll do a little bit now, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I get my finances more in order. I'm going to wait until I get to this other place. And oops, don't want my computer to die. We'll wait until our computer dies before we get a new one. Don't worry, my computer's just low battery. Okay. But we have this thing in us as humans that we're like, let's wait and see what happens. But our free will is the only way to freedom. And our free will is our ability to make choices and make changes, our ability to ask for help when we need it, our ability to simply ask for a new way of seeing things. And one of the things that I work with people a lot is learning how to ask for what you want. And using free will is how we can meet our own needs to thrive here, now. And it is true. Our soul never dies. So it's like you have infinite time to come back down here, to try again, to do the work you didn't do the last time, which is fine. You have infinite time. There's no judgment. But don't you kind of believe that we're all here to expand right now? And this is what the astrology is saying. And this is what I'm feeling and I'm investing in. And so I am really excited. This year, I typically do a year-long program. And it's amazing. And I love it. And this year, I had a very strong visitation by Nefertiti. And she was like, yeah, you need to step up. You need to step in a little bit more in your work. You're not quite doing this. Is interesting. The story was like in the water. They looked down the water, and that's what this was. Nefertiti was in the water, and she was like, hey, she was literally like pointing to her third eye, and she was like, hey, you need to step up and you need to help more people, and you need to hold a container that is a little bit more solid, and I'm going to show you how. And I was like, okay. I didn't even know it was Nefertiti. Later someone told me that was Nefertiti. I'm like, oh, cool. So what I created, I'm super, super excited about. Solar powered. So it's a year-long journey with me. There's 2 different levels. And it's a journey from seed to flower to fruit to compost. And it's really interesting because my favorite is compost. Because it's like the season that we're in right now. And it's typically where the most people have their huge ahas, like the big ones. The whole way through, there's things happening. There's ahas happening. There's growth. There's changes. There's fruiting. There's fruits of your labor happening. But man, the most satisfying work is that compost. And it is amazing to be on this journey with you all, because I'm going through a year too. Like this year for me, I'm doing things, hopefully, we'll see, that I've never done. I'll be going to Switzerland in March, and you'll be along on that journey with me. And I am hosting a retreat in April that maybe you'll actually be there, because part of the program is getting 50% off of that retreat so that it makes it more accessible to you. So there's 2 levels, and I'm going to talk about the 2 levels. But first, I just want to say this year-long journey is about what you want to make a reality in your life, what you're done putting off for next year, what you're done, like the goals that you set that, you get distracted. You get distracted by social media. You get distracted by what everybody else is doing, what the other sheep are doing. And this journey is for real about stepping into your lioness and I am a triple Leo, and I have stepped into my lioness in a bigger way. And I'm really excited to hold that space for you too, to do that work and to be who you're meant to be, because we all are meant to share and be here fully. And this is self-actualization. And this is what all of my work comes back to, is Maslow's theory of self-actualization, which is when everyone is in self-actualization, we will have no more war, we will have no more hunger, we will have no more of those things. But when we are in those lower chakras, when we're in those lower levels of survival, trust and mistrust, right? Like these are all the things that are in our face right now. But to reach self-actualization is to literally move beyond that. So I'm super excited to host this and to be along on this journey. And so one of the things that I hear from people are like, well, I don't like, I'm like, to shine brighter. And they're like, well, I'm an introvert. I don't want to shine that bright. I'm like, no. Like your shine brighter is like your shine brighter, like whatever that is to you. So just know that I've worked with people on all different levels of introvertedness or what they actually want to see come to fruition. So these two levels of support, symbiosis, which is monthly group astrology coaching calls. I am doing these very different than I've done in the past. And the reason being is that honestly, I failed at holding that space in the past. I failed at it. And it's not to say that it hasn't helped people, and it's not to say that it hasn't been of assistance, but there was no symbiosis. And so the symbiosis this year is going to be breaking off into groups. It's going to be workshopping the topic. And what's really cool about this year is that because I've been an astrologer for so long, and because I know so intimately and so deeply each zodiac season, each zodiac piece of the whole puzzle, of the completion of the wheel of the circle of life, that we're just diving into the theme. We're just diving in, like the visualization that we just did, the first one, we're literally rebirthing ourselves with new parents. Not to say your parents aren't great. I'm sure they're lovely and wonderful. But we're rebirthing you into a new level of support that you need on this journey. And this is your astral parents. Your astral parents, they don't fuck up. They don't make mistakes. They're in the astral realm. And I had a very visceral experience that I want to share as a activation for you all on this. And I'm so excited that this is going to be at the winter solstice, the darkest day of the year. You're going to be reborn. And then every month after that is just built upon that basic thing. So Aquarius is like the star energy. How do you want to shine? Where are you holding yourself back? What are your goals for the year? What are your visions? Future-oriented Aquarius, right? And I'm not going to go through all of these because I feel like it's such a big part of this symbiosis of working together that I don't even exactly know how it's going to take form. I just know that I'm giving it a lot more of my energy this year than I have in the past. And because of that, it's going to be bomb. and it's going to be a more of an investment, because that was part of the reason why I wasn't giving it enough of my, I wasn't able to give it enough of my time, because I had to survive and do these other things to keep going and keep my business functional. So level 1 symbiosis is those group monthly coaching calls. It's a Facebook group. This year I'm amplifying interaction with each other and the symbiosis of growing together. Monthly solar recorded activation. So this might be just like a 5-minute or a 9-minute activation just midway through the month to get a little boost, to get a little something you can listen to at any time when you're feeling like you want to be in that energy. You want to be with my voice. You want to be in that. You're also going to get a solar return reading. That will not be part of a group, but I just wanted to include that because the solar return readings are so vital and amazing for understanding your specific year. And then 50% off the retreat in April, which I do feel like is going to sell out. So it's only for the time period that obviously there's spaces available. So that's level 1. That's like, I'm pretty excited. So, and then level 2 is harvest. So it's taking that group symbiosis and then having me on board to cradle and create even a safer one-on-one container for you to do that deep, not so pretty sometimes, but necessary and healing work. So what that includes all of level 1. And then access to any of my 2 online programs. So whether that be astrology school, whether that be Bitches Shine Brighter, whether that be Planetary Power, whether that be my intuitive success course. I feel like there's one more, but I mean, who knows, if you do one, I might probably create another one some way through the year. So anyway, it'll be access to any of those 2 courses that are online, self-paced. Once a month, one-on-one tune-up to your solar power. So we're like, the biggest thing about this year-long program is you're extensively going to write about what you want to see in this year. You're extensively going to dig into the work you want to be with this year and heal and look at, and where you want to be, that future self, where you want to be, what's pulling you back, what's that like resistance to getting it. And then we do once a month focus on that thing, those things. Tune up to, I already said, that's the once a month. And then a seasonal deep dive. And these are my favorite because we look at your astrological chart. You know, you're already like monthly, we're still going to be looking at charts in that month group. It's just going to look a little different. And the deep dive is looking at your chart and what energetic pieces from your chart want to be like pulled apart and opened up a little bit so that you can work with it and move forward with it in a new, exciting way. I'm so excited to be on this journey and to share this all with you guys. And like I said, it's just going to be, I really do feel like 2021 is going to be an amazing year. And the coolest thing is we're starting at the darkest day of the year, which isn't even like, it gives us that opportunity to kind of springboard into the year in a way that's different than what you've maybe experienced. So in a new year kind of group program or something. Okay, so beyond that, we're looking at